It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
As for Chicago and cracking down on crime, it is a priority of this administration to ensure that American cities are safe again. And I'm so glad that you brought up the crime in Chicago, because we've been seeing the governor of Illinois parading out there saying that there's nothing wrong with Chicago. It's a great place to live. There's no crime there. He doesn't need President Trump's help. Well, I think the residents of Chicago beg to differ, and the statistics beg to differ. And I'll just share a few of those statistics with all of you. For 13 consecutive years, Chicago has had the most murders of any U.S. city. This is J.B. Pritzker's legacy, by the way. For 7 consecutive years, Chicago has had the highest murder rate among U.S. cities with more than 1 million people. In 2024, just last year, Chicago's murder rate per capita was 3 times higher than Los Angeles and nearly 5 times higher than New York City. That's more than double the murder rate in Islamabad and nearly 15 times more than Delhi. Out of Chicago's 147,899 reported crimes this year, that's how many crimes have been reported in Chicago since January 1st. There have only been arrests in 16% of them. These numbers are unacceptable. There have been more illegal guns recovered in Chicago than in New York City and Los Angeles combined. The number of reported motor vehicle thefts last year was more than double the number in 2021. And Chicago has also, just like DC, come under scrutiny over discrepancies in its homicide data reporting. So as bad as these numbers are, perhaps they are even worse. And this is Governor Pritzker's legacy. He should put politics aside. He should pick up the phone and call this president, who would be more than happy to do right by law-abiding American residents in the city of Chicago, and we hope that he will.
Okay, over the past 24 hours, I have heard from more people who are from the Chicago area. And of course, as I said, I'm not from there, so all I can base my ideas on is from what I see on the news and what I hear in rap music and what I hear from people just on social media talking about the rack. Okay? And the fact that y'all call it Chirac and then be like, Chicago not a bad city, but then y'all call it Chirac, that's kind of crazy, but that's neither here nor there. But in any other sense, people are saying that the crime is as bad as it is. There are people who want to rid this crime. People are crying out for help in Chicago. Forget according to what we say or what we see on social media, like the people combating the agents and the federal agents and the ICE agents in the streets. Forget that. That's not those videos don't represent the voices, all the voices of Chicago. There are voices in Chicago that really won't help. And that's just from the comments I'm seeing. And I'm going to take their word for it, because if they say they from Chicago and they say what they want, then I'm going to believe them. I don't know. I'm not from there. Do I want to go there and figure it out? Do I want to stand on the main line and be like, where y'all niggas at? Like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go out there and find out if it's really that bad. I'm going to just continue to watch from afar. But I will support those who are truthful and honest with what's going on. Like, why won't they do like Memphis? Memphis is putting their resources with the government resources, and they want to have some type of control and say of what's going on. And they want to have transparency with the people in the communities. And that's why they brought all the community leaders together. And I believe from other people who have talked to me behind the scenes about what's going on in Memphis, that Memphis actually is talking to leaders of gangs and gang infested areas where they're targeting. And they're also targeting areas where there are a bunch of immigrants and stuff like that. So I haven't talked to any of the immigrants, but I just my people. But what they're saying is that the community leaders actually want to have some order in what they're doing. So Chicago probably needs to get on fine. They need to get on that bunch. But I don't think Chicago has the leaders as much as they have the drillers. There are more drillers than they have with leaders. And if you don't know what a driller is, just just Google what drill music is and what's the nature of what drill music is. And what they do on a drill. So the point being, I think the voice of Chicago is being placed online, not by the people who are in these areas that are being affected the most, and they want the most change in their community with the help of the national government. So I don't know. Like I said I'll be totally unbiased to a situation that I don't know, but I am willing to listen and learn. So I'm not saying that what they're doing is wrong or right, but I believe there is a right way, and I believe the way that Memphis is going about it is more productive than the governor of Chicago fighting back at, Trump coming into the country. Like, come on, like put some people in place. Put people in place to kind of move this thing along, and like let's figure it out. Like, I'm not saying, because if not, then the government just gonna come and storm the city. You don't want them to storm the city. You want them to come in and have a plan. And then after that plan is done, what are y'all gonna do next? There needs to be programs and initiatives and education systems and tech schools and more opportunities for people to get out these streets and become a productive citizen, by doing like, plumbing and welding and things of that nature. You just got to do everything. It's a whole process. It's not gonna happen overnight. But if it takes the time and you get the right people in, I believe it can do it right. I don't know. We don't know. I don't know, but I don't see none of y'all coming up with goddamn solutions. I'm just saying, not none of y'all, but the people.
He also says that you are profiling, that you're targeting black and brown people, even those who turn out to be here legally. What's your response?
Well, first of all, the black people in Chicago are thrilled that we're getting the illegal aliens out of their communities who are stealing their housing, jobs, and resources. The illegal aliens who are here are taking jobs away from blacks, they're taking jobs away from whites, they're taking jobs away from Latinos.
He also says that you are profiling, that you're
man, let me tell y'all what. Man, you ain't gonna get my black ass up on no roof in no 100-degree weather to fix your damn roof. Kiss my black ass. You can have that job. You know what I'm saying? They're taking jobs from blacks. No, they not. No, they're not. No, they're not. But they are doing jobs that a lot of blacks wouldn't do, if you catch my drift. But I'm just saying, sometimes y'all need some honesty, not just, run-of-the-mill political commentary.
And in fact, they don't even let our ICE officers and our Border Patrol officers use restrooms in facilities. Those men and women were telling us that they have to figure out even where they can go sit down for 5 minutes to have lunch or to use a restroom throughout their shift and their break. So they've made it a very difficult situation. And in fact, they don't even...
Guys, we need to talk about Kristi Noem, because bless her heart, the head of Homeland Security is on Fox News crying like Chicago committed a felony by refusing to feed ICE agents. Ma'am, sit down. The city that invented deep dish pizza doesn't owe your deportation squad a damn breadstick. Picture it. Restaurants across Chicago full of working folks just trying to sling pasta and pay rent, saying, nah, we're good. And suddenly Kristi's on camera eyes missing over like she just lost the national empathy contest, worried her agents might have to DoorDash decency. Let's get something very straight, Christy. This is the same woman who once bragged about shooting her own puppy for not being obedient enough. But now, she wants the country to cry because ICE can't get table service? Girl, if irony were
I don't know, that's kind of inhumane, but it is what it is. I don't think that's a good idea. I think, I mean, paying customers are paying customers, but you have the right to refuse service to anyone. But, you know, eh, I find it hard that you would deny service to an ICE agent, but if a criminal came in there, you would feed them. Like, it don't matter. Just feed the customer. If they're a paying customer, now if they want free food, then you could be like, nah, you can't get no free food. Or if they be like, can I get a military discount? You be like, nah, we don't offer military discounts. You know, stuff like that. But it would be kind of inhumane to like not serve people food and water. You know, let's be honest about that one right there.
Yeah, buddy. It's your boy Chicago's very own James J. Hustle Hawthorne reporting to you live from GNN. That's Ghetto News Network. And you know, it breaks my heart that if you're looking at this picture in the background, you know that it's gone super viral over the weekend. And it just really breaks my heart that black people are so gullible and naive, that you are brainwashed by the mainstream media and the left to get emotionally distraught and share things that are not true. Black people, stop being so easily manipulated. Do your own research on things. I know I've seen this video way before this raid. This was months ago I've seen this video. And I had to actually go find it to show you all proof. And I'm about to show you the video in just a second. But black people, please stop being used and manipulated by the Democrats. They want you to be emotionally distraught. They want you to be angry. They want you to get out here and riot and do all type of crazy things because you're assuming that this is a child that was detained by ICE and zip tied behind his back, and it's not true. This child is actually playing cops and robbers with his father, which is a black cop, not from Chicago and not an ICE agent. So I'll show you the video right now.
I want you to really break this down to me like I'm 10 years old and tell me why ICE agents zip tying black babies in Chicago, because I can't for the life of me understand why this happened. Why?
Meanwhile, this is what's happening to black children in our neighborhoods.
Hey, so alright, so apparently my video yet going viral again. Literally, this is us. But if y'all don't know, me, myself, and my son, we live in Texas. We don't live in Chicago. Me and my son playing cops and robbers. Got a whole series on my page. I'm trying to figure out why people lying to make it political. Don't fucking know, but it's sick as hell. And y'all need to find Jesus.
Huh?
Go fucking.
Lock his little ass up.
You ready?
Goddamn, his son must be bad. You know what I'm saying? You lock him up every time he run off. He go in the cupboard, steal some cookies, lock his ass up.